Radar reacts. Destiny is finally, officially, really some sort of thing, and Lorenzo is one of the only people to have actually seen it. I'm Hollander Cooper, and
Lorenzo Valoria.
Greg Henniger.
And yeah, so you saw Destiny.
I did. Well, some of it. Well,
you went to Bungie where they were making Destiny, and they talked about Destiny.
Awesome studio there, by the way. But yeah, they showed us a little bit more concept art, gave us a little bit of background.
So Destiny
showed us a little bit of the engine.
Yeah. So if you don't know Destiny, it's Bungie's next game. They left Microsoft for Activision. Right. And it's been super secret what their game was going to be, and like there's been literally nothing except for one piece of concept art they've released, and now they've released like 7 more pieces of concept art, but talked about the game. So what is Destiny?
So Destiny is a shared world shooter. That's what they're calling it now. It has FPS elements. They said it'll play like Halo, and it has MMO elements, but they're not really calling it an MMO because, you know, they don't really want to categorize it that way. They kind of want to have
no
their
monthly
own
fee, most likely?
No subscription. You'll be able to interact with players just kind of randomly, sort of like the way Journey works. Like you'd just be running around the world and there's like public areas, and you'll seamlessly matchmake with other players and be able to like take on raids and do group activities and that kind of thing. And there will be like trading. It seems like there's going to be like crafting.
Is there a class system?
There's a class system.
Okay.
Yeah. They showed us 3 different classes. One was the hunter. Another was like this magic shooting warlock guy that shoots like, he has like the power of the sun in his hand.
So there's magic in it.
There's magic. There's some kind of okay, so I'll set it up with the backstory of what it is. So it's way in the future.
Forerunners.
Almost. So yeah, it's way in the future. There's already like been an established human like golden age where they went to Mars and they established like colonies there, and they had civilizations on other planets. And it's way past that.
We hit our peak.
Yeah,
and now it's just been like we were a one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
and we're just slowly
exactly.
Now we're touring, and everyone just wants us to play that hit again.
So some big evil came and blew all that up, and it's after that, and you're just one of these guardians of the last city on Earth, and it's protected by this big sphere. You guys might have seen that from some of the concept art before, and that's called the Traveler.
Looks almost like almost like a moon.
Yeah,
the white
like
Death
right
Star.
above. Yeah, a Death Star
Earth.
hanging out right above that last city. Does that last city have a name?
It's called the City or the Tower.
Okay.
So that will be your central hub for all of the players could go and meet there and trade and group up and you know take off from there. So it's got a lot of MMO elements.
And what was it? So you said there's a warlock class, there's a
hunter class, and then there's a vanguard class.
Okay.
So the vanguard class looks like kind of like a tank. He's got big armor and he carries assault rifles.
So far they've announced a tank, a sniper, and a
magic
and a mage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it could be, you know, the whole
vehicles. Anything?
Vehicles. Yeah. They talked about. They didn't really show. They had some concept art, but they talked about a hunter coming into a public area on a like swoop bike, kind of hover bike thing, and there's also ships, which they talked about. Players can purchase through competitive online, like earning points and earning money. So they could
travel between planets.
Yeah, travel between planets, and they didn't talk about how you would travel between planets. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like just a loading screen or if it's going to be like
I'm hoping Gummy Ship.
Yeah.
A straight up Gummy Ship from Kingdom Hearts.
It sounds very PlanetSide 2-ish. Like
except you said there were you mentioned earlier that there were several different factions of NPCs. It's not a PvP focused game.
No, everybody. That all the players are on the same side. They're all guardians of the city.
One big team.
And there's multiple enemy factions. So there's like these big giant rhino guys that are armored and they carry shields and they drive tanks.
And they're all NPCs.
They're all NPCs.
Okay.
And there's the spider guys that you guys saw in the first concept art. There's time traveling robots and zombies. This is all things that they mentioned.
It almost sounds more like an MMO or a shared world shooter version of like Borderlands than a planet side, where it's like a big open world, but you're traveling around.
It will have competitive multiplayer in it, though.
So
yeah,
probably like a tournament, so then you can get some deathmatch in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They,
training grounds or something.
Yeah,
cool.
And that's the gist of what they've showed us. So.
Cool. And so they showed off. You said they mentioned they didn't give us any assets of it, but they showed off the engine. And
Right.
How does it look?
It looks really like great. There's big expanses. There's a really sophisticated lighting system. So everything just everything pops. It looks amazing.
And they said that it was going to be current gen, and they weren't
current gen,
commenting on
Xbox
next.
360 and PS3, not commenting on next gen.
And but looking at the visuals, are you thinking that the reason they're not commenting on next gen is because technically they're not allowed to, and then in like a month they're going to be like, kiddingsies, it's Destiny's next gen.
It seemed that way. They said they were showing it off on their dev kits, but it looked
Their dev kit that was probably in a counter with an Xbox 360 cord poking out of it.
It was really it was really impressive.
Marty O'Donnell still doing
Marty O'Donnell. This is great.
Okay.
Marty O'Donnell is still doing the music, so he's got his boys choir and stuff.
Yeah.
He's got the London Symphony Orchestra doing the music with Paul McCartney collaborating. So it was kind of crazy. They were showing pictures of them hugging and stuff. So.
It sounds like Bungie Unchained. Like they're allowed to do whatever they want, and they're going for the biggest game ever.
It's a really ambitious. It seems really crazy.
Awesome. And so on Games Radar, there's also an article where you run down every single detail that we know about the game so far.
Everything that I know, you will know.
Yeah. So yeah, be sure to go to Games Radar and read everything we know about Destiny so far. And be sure to check out Games Radar for more Radar Reacts. Yeah, the more I talk to you about this game, the more